Hi guys, it's G.I. Jane here for Baby Chronicles. I know it's been a little while since I have done one, and so it's time to give a little update on me and G.I. Baby. So, I am actually at 11 weeks. I was off for a week there for a second. I don't know why. I actually don't have the baby yet. My husband does, so I should probably get that. But I'll be 12 weeks the Thursday of this week, so almost to that first trimester mark is where I'm at, and I really am feeling fantastic. The only thing, I get a little bit tired, so just a little cap nap of 15 or 20 minutes is fantastic, which feels great. And so that's been amazing. Ironically, I've actually just wanted more vegetables, and that's, I think, just my body saying that it really wants more nutrients. So it's not so much, obviously counting calories is an okay thing, but really making your calories count. I heard that from one of my friends, and that was just such an awesome statement, to really be choosing high quality food, and that way you actually can also eat a higher quantity of it as well. So one of my favorite things that I love snacking on is cucumber salad. It's super simple. It's just cucumbers. I like light Miracle Whip with some vinegar and a little bit of stevia in it, and you mix that up and you can just sit there and munch, and you're just getting tons of vegetables in, which is fantastic. So it's a nice little munchy thing. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about that I've been discovering so far in these past few weeks is, first of all, I actually went to a chiropractor that is certified in what is called the Webster method. And what that is she works with basically prenatal and postnatal women. And it's just a whole entire method for making sure that your hips are correctly aligned. Very interesting. I'd actually seen a picture on Facebook of a gal that they had adjusted, and they took a picture from the side. She was about 6 months pregnant, I think. And basically what happened over her adjustment is her belly got 3.5 inches larger. And they literally showed you the side by side because they measured before and after. And the reason why was because they were able to adjust her ligaments and tendons. And there's a big tendon, and I could be getting this wrong. I'm not super up on it medically. Don't quote me on this, but it actually has muscle inside of it. So if that muscle gets tight, it actually constricts the baby, and the baby doesn't have as much room to move around, making it uncomfortable for both baby and mama. And so when they had loosened that up, her baby had 3.5 more inches of room and was able to move. I was also, why that's super beneficial, ladies, though, is because if your baby is breech or needs to flip and doesn't have enough room, getting adjusted can be very beneficial for that. And actually my massage therapist was a massage therapist at a chiropractor that did the Webster method as well. And she was in the room, and she goes, I actually watched 2 babies completely flip all the way around just after being adjusted. And one of the gals, she was breech, and the doctor said the only way to turn the baby was to go in and manually do that, which I don't want to know how that would happen, but it sounds wretched. And my friend, who's my massage therapist, said that she watched the babies again completely flip around after the lady had been adjusted. So if you are have that available, finding a chiropractor in your area that does the Webster method, I would highly recommend it. I had nothing wrong with me. I didn't go in with something out of place, but I wanted to have a baseline for my body before I started adding weight, or my ligaments and tendons started getting different with relaxin and things like that. I wanted to get a baseline of where my spine was, my shoulders, my hips, and that way it's easier to make little adjustments along the way than to get to 8 months and be like, oh my gosh, I need a major adjustment. And now that I've had all this weight on it, it's worse. Okay, so she was fantastic. She adjusted my sacrum, my middle back, and my neck, actually. So it was really good. I hadn't been to a chiropractor in over a year, and it was just a good little maintenance thing, okay? So I'm gonna be going back to her about every 4 to 5 weeks. So that was super helpful, and again, I highly recommend, if you can find someone in your area, definitely do that. It could make your life more comfortable in the rib area, from what I hear, and also more comfortable for your child as well. So that's the first thing that I learned this past few weeks here. And the second thing, I'll just throw this out there, if you believe in the Bible, I would highly recommend that you get this book, Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie Mize. I don't know if I'm saying that right, M-I-Z-E. It's amazing. I'm not gonna go into it because I would be here all day, but please read it. If you are at any stage in your pregnancy, buy this book, read this book. If you're thinking about getting pregnant, buy this book, read this book. It will change your life and your pregnancy. Let me just say that. I can't say enough about it. Melissa got it for me, my friend. Thank you so much, Melissa. God bless you. I love you. Okay, so that's that. So other things, I've interviewed another one of my friends who is also just a fit mom, okay? She works as an assistant. She's super busy, has 2 kids. And I literally just got off the phone with her, and it was so cool to hear her story. I think she craved fruit and oatmeal. Those were her 2 biggest cravings. And, when talking about it, she really expressed the same thing that a few of my other fit moms said, is that people almost just they poo-pooed her or didn't want to hear about how she was doing because she was doing so well. And they felt the need to really share their stories of things that they had went through that were really hard and terrible. And she goes, I almost didn't tell people really about my birth, journeys or pregnancies because she felt great. She did kettlebell workouts 3 times a week all the way through up until she gave birth. She had no stretch marks. She bounced back. She was at her leanest when she was breastfeeding. But through it all, you guys, she was just doing the same things that she's been doing for years, which is working out consistently, eating correctly, supplementing well, hydrating, all the same things that she'd always done just for life, she was just doing. And actually her obstetrician told her, because she asked her obstetrician, hey, should I, keep working out? And her obstetrician said, hey, absolutely. Birth is one of the most physically challenging things you will ever do. You better train to be ready for it. And I was like, hallelujah, can I get an amen from an obstetrician? That was just such a really encouraging thing to hear, that absolutely you want to be ready for something that's super physically challenging. Because again, if I was going to tell you that you're going to go run 20 miles, or 20 hours, you wouldn't just be like, hey, I better relax before I do that. You'd want to be stretching, training, and really, pushing yourself physically. Again, not anything extreme, you guys. I'm not talking about anything extreme. And also, let me always preface and say, I know that each person is so different. There's different complications, different recommendations from doctors. I'm never, ever going to sit here and say, hey, I know better than those guys. That's not my intention with this. And I hope you know my heart that that's not my intention. I just feel like this side of this has really been very poorly portrayed to women. And I've literally gotten text message after text message after Facebook message of women saying, I'm pregnant, can I still work out? And it makes me so sad that they're even questioning that they can still work out when they're pregnant. I mean, it's not like you're dying and have some fatal disease. Yes, you can still work out. Yes, you're bringing new life in, but hey, that new life also needs increased oxygen and endorphins and blood flow and good nutrition and good hydration and good vitamins. Your baby needs all those things as well. And Doritos and Oreos just aren't a fantastic choice to be growing another human body. They're just not. Even for your own body, they're not a fantastic choice, okay? It's not all about being perfect and clean eating, trust me, okay? I love my reduced fat Oreos, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just saying the majority of the food being really, really good. And my friend Allie said the same thing. She's like, I really wanted to actually put in better nutrition in my body because I knew that I was growing another person, and I really took that seriously, that I was actually feeding them their nutrition for life, for them building their own life. Right from the inception. Yes, literally. Okay. So that was really cool. Other things, yes. Have some fun acne going on. Hopefully you can't tell because I have makeup on. So there's been that, but it's all good. And if you can see my super awesome addition to my living room, a recumbent bike, which I actually we've had one for years. We got rid of it when we moved to Denver to live in an apartment. But my mom has it, so it's in really good hands. But this is a piece of cardio equipment that I absolutely love because I actually use it, and anyone who knows me knows that I hate cardio. But when it's in my living room, especially in the wintertime when I'm not gonna go outside and go run around a lot, hey, it's perfect for evenings when you're sitting in front of your TV and you can just hop on a bike and do a little bit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and just keep your body moving. And I definitely believe it's gonna be perfect for when I'm pregnant. When you have a belly out there, you don't necessarily wanna go running, which I wouldn't anyway. But it's also good for keeping movement going, to keep blood flow going. You do have increased blood flow. Some women get swollen ankles and things like that. So movement always helps that. And so my recumbent bike I got from Facebook. Thank you, Facebook, for having ads and buying things on you. Actually, I lied. I got it from OfferUp. Just kidding. It's an app which also is very similar to the one on Facebook. But so anyway, that's my latest addition there. And other than that, you guys, I really, really, really want to encourage you if you're pregnant, if you are thinking of becoming pregnant, if you, whatever stage you're at, is just to know that you really can do this, first of all, and secondly, you can do it well and with excellence by really feeding yourself good nutrition, supplementing correctly, and working out. And even, yes, go ask your doctor, but according to the American Center of Gynecologists and Obstetricians, even if you've never worked out in your life, you can start a workout routine when you're pregnant. Yes, it is actually in writing, okay? And what they mean by that is very simple, same as almost recommendations for any normal person, okay? I would never have someone I started a gentleman today, he hasn't been working out in probably about 1.5 years, 2 years. Did I take him downstairs and just pound his brains out so he can't walk for the next 5 days? No, that's never our goal. In fact, the workout felt like it was a little bit too easy for him, but I know that his body is just gonna be really sore anyway because it's not used to that. So you guys, you just baby step into it. And that doesn't matter if it's doing 3 rounds of, 10 squats and, 10 lat pull downs and 10 overhead presses and then walking on the treadmill for 20 minutes. That's awesome, okay? That's not gonna hurt your child. Check with your doctor, of course, but I just really want you to encourage you to know that your body is going to do what you tell it to do to a certain degree. If you feed it right, supplement it correctly, and work out, I promise you your body will be happier, give you more energy, and it will actually make, I think, everything a little bit easier. Again, obviously, check with your doctor. I know every woman is different, so please do not be offended or take this to heart. If that's not where you were and you were really sick and had some big issues, I commend you for going through it. You're amazing. But that's just kind of in general, okay, for most of us. I think that we could all of us could just definitely admit that we could get better nutrition. I don't care if you're pregnant or not. That's definitely for all of us, you guys. So with that, this is my Baby Chronicles. I'm super excited to continue. I don't really have anything else besides Chiropractor, that book, okay? Supernatural childbirth. It's amazing. And other than that, just keeping up with workouts, staying consistent, and being awesome, you guys. So thanks for listening. I would love to hear your comments or questions or thoughts. Please comment below, like, and share the video. That would be so appreciated, because I know that there's women out there, just from the few comments, from the quite a few comments and feedback that I've gotten from women on this topic and how they feel, that I would love to have them hear this from maybe a different perspective that would really relate to them, you guys. I will say that both of the fit moms that I talked to, they both really, really said this, and I just want to encourage you on whatever side you're on to be an encouragement to people around you. They both said that they felt very judged and people would say stuff to them just like, well, why aren't you eating more? Or why are you working out like that? You're gonna hurt your baby. Or, what? Do you just think you're gonna get fat and that's why you're not eating that? You should be eating more. And really almost, I don't even like using these terms or so whatever, but almost kind of shaming them because they were so healthy. Or when people would ask how their pregnancy was and they were like, hey, it's doing awesome. When with other pregnant women, they're like, hey, what are you craving? And my one friend was like, yeah, I just like oatmeal and a little bit more fruit, and they were like, whatever. And they almost like poo-pooed her. They weren't encouraging and saying, hey, that's fantastic, like good for you. It was almost like a contest to be like, well, I just can't stop eating Ho-Hos and Twinkies, and I have pain down my entire body and leg for 8 months, and I have to pee every moment, and they just felt like it was, and sometimes that really does happen to women, and I commend you, and I'm not here to, hey, I commend you, and I want to encourage you wherever you're at. If you have any of those issues, I can't imagine, and I know that we all are going to face some issues throughout pregnancy that we're going to have to overcome. That's just the way it is. But I really encourage people to look at other women who are doing it in whatever way possible for the best for their child and their baby, and encourage them in that. And you guys have all been so encouraging to me, so I really appreciate it. I thank you guys so much, because I know that this is something that, quite frankly, years ago really terrified me, and I am so grateful to say that I'm at peace with it now, and God is good. His grace is so amazing, and his peace really truly does surpass all understanding, because that's not where I was a few years ago even. So with that, you guys, again, questions, comments, concerns, please comment below. I want to hear from you. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you all soon.